Working fast food isn't as bad of a job as people think, but at the same time, it kind of is. I worked at an ice cream slash fast food place for 2.5 years, and it sounds very similar to Durry Qeen. Yeah, it's the closest name I could come up with, but you probably get the point. I don't know if I could even get in trouble for using the real name of this franchise, especially because I'm not monetized yet, but I'm not a risk taker, so it's Durry Qeen for today. So yeah, I worked there for a while, and for the most part, it was pretty fun, honestly, but today is some of the worst customer stories I have from Durry Qeen. When you're a manager at any place, you're kind of the person that deals with stressful situations. It's your job to confront pretty much every single problem. This still applies when it's other people you work with who mess up. At the Durry Qeen I worked at, there's a door that leads to outside from the chill area, where all the ice cream stuff is. Sometimes we need to have customers drive forward to that outside area, and then we bring the stuff out to them. All of a sudden, all the employees in chill are making a ruckus. And I go over, and lo and behold, there's a man standing outside of the door yelling, and he starts to come inside. I, with the confidence of 10 lions, march my way to this man. And I really quietly ask him to step outside with me so we can talk about it. For I swear what was 10 minutes, this grown man yells at me about 2 slushies that he had been waiting on and how unacceptable it was. Granted, I did find out that he was waiting a long time for those slushies, but our slushie machine was half broken, and don't yell at me, grown man. So I walk back in to make those slushies, and everyone's staring at me. The other employees want to know what happened, but I really wasn't in the best mood at that point, so I didn't say anything about it. Not to mention, I noticed that the man was watching me from the door window, so I just wanted him gone. I wanted him out of here. So I made the slushies, and he yelled at me for another 2 minutes, and then he was finally gone. Did I mention that as a manager, you're the one to deal with everything, even situations you didn't cause? Yeah, this all happened because the person in the second window who I told to remember to bring that guy his slushies. He forgot to bring that guy his slushies, so I got screamed at. It's okay, second window guy. I forgive you. It happens. It doesn't stop there with being yelled at by grown men. There was another time I picked up the phone there, and some man was telling me that we forgot his ranch. For reference, we packed DoorDash orders to be picked up. So, of course, I do the normal thing, and I apologize and tell him I'm really sorry that happened, but if he wants to come pick up the ranch, he absolutely can. Otherwise, he could go into the app and request a refund for the sauce. I know these aren't the best solutions to hear when it's our fault that he didn't get his ranch, but I'm not gonna send an employee to it.
So how are you going to get this ranch to me?
So he says this, and I'm a little baffled. I don't know what this guy expected from me. Not to mention, throughout the entire conversation, he was both raising his voice and laughing. All I tell him is this: I'm sorry, but we wouldn't have a way to get the ranch to you. Unfortunately, I can't send myself or any of our employees due to liability risks. And we can't have a dasher just come back for ranch. The only options are you come pick it up, or you can request a refund through the app. This guy then says to me,
So, what else are you gonna do for me then?
What, dude? What do you mean, what else am I gonna do for you? Oh, sorry, yeah. Let me order DoorDash off of my phone, pay for an entire new meal for ya, and send it your way. No! I really don't know what this guy expected, but after laughing while yelling at me for another 5 minutes over the phone, he hangs up and I figure that's that. I'm wondering how this guy doesn't have sauce at home? Why is this man so upset? A very small cup of ranch?
Hey, someone's asking for you up front.
Shit. The guy actually drove to our Durry Qeen to get the ranch. I'm not even kidding. I get a cup of ranch for the dude and I apologize again, but then he asks me again,
So, what else are you gonna do for me?
And here's where I become a real frank with this guy. I look at him and tell him that there's nothing else I can do. Considering the fact that he got his chicken strip basket and had no quality issues there, just the ranch, the most I could do is throw in a Sunday coupon. Which technically I wasn't supposed to do, but well. But eventually he leaves and it's all good. So last story for the day here is from one of my first days at Durry Qeen, and this was before I was a manager. 2 men walk in with a dipped cone in hand each. One of the guys takes the lead and says that we handed the cones to them in the wrong order in the drive-thru. I don't work anywhere besides the front lobby at this point, so I knew this wasn't my fault. But I got my manager to talk to them because I was new and I didn't know what to do in that situation. But this guy is going off on my manager about how his friend Adolf bit into his cone and it was vanilla, but he ordered the chocolate cone dipped in chocolate. I don't really know, but it was something like that. And my manager gave the most uncaring responses, and I'm sorry, but it was hilarious. Like, he just processed the refund while the guy was yelling at him, and I don't think he really said anything to the customer. Shout out to Jared, my old manager. He was super nice and just really funny. I know I said that was the last story, but I do have one that I wouldn't be able to make into a full-length story like the other ones. But a friend I worked with at Durry Qeen reminded me that this happened while I was writing the script, and I just kind of had to talk about it. Basically, there was a day where another guy walks in, and all he really tells me is that he really didn't like the burger he got. He wasn't aggressive or visibly upset in any kind of way. He just very gently told me that the burger was objectively bad. Didn't want a refund or anything. So yeah, that was just kind of weird. So that's all the stories I have from bad customers right now, but if you watch through this and want more Durry Qeen stories, like and comment what you want to hear about. I think I'm going to make a part 2 about the regulars we had if this video gets any kind of traction. I also have a lot of stories from the mess-ups I did, because I worked there for almost 3 years and I screwed up some of the time. So let me know if you want to hear those. They're cringy and they will hurt my soul. Also, I have a potential robbery / break-in that could have happened, but that's a story for another video. I'm also hoping to be to 300 subs by the end of the year, so it would mean a lot if you subscribed. Alright, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.